by the digital clock on the screen over there, so I'm going to call this meeting to order. To start with, welcome. So, welcome to the Fulham Town Council meeting, and I'd like to introduce our new locum, Jakeman.
Here he is.
Hello. Thank you for coming.
You're not busy paying me.
When the job's done, he will go. But yeah, thank you, welcome, and hope you enjoy your time here. Apologies. Oh no, so I'll go read this. Okay. So here are the fire and safety and recording protocols. The fire escapes can be found at both ends of the Hollis chamber. There is no fire alarm drill scheduled. On the sounding of an alarm, all personnel are to evacuate into the Hollis car park. The council, members of the public and the press may film, record, photograph or live and or subsequent broadcast this meeting only when the public and the press are not lawfully excluded. Any member of the public who attends a meeting and objects to being filmed, recorded and photographed should advise the clerk in advance who will instruct that they are not to be included in the filming, recording and photographing. Okay, thank you very much. So now we're on to apologies. One from Cheryl, who's otherwise engaged, and that's it.
Sorry, can I? Can we have some clarification here? Because Cheryl resigned at the last meeting from the council, and now we're receiving apologies for not attending the meeting.
So the rules are, quite simply, if you resign from the council, if you're a councillor, you write to the mayor, okay, and write to them, yeah? Okay.
Oh, actually, I don't understand the rules. I just want to understand where we are, because we've got a councillor that's resigned, and now we're receiving apologies.
No.
So
Well, I'm saying they haven't resigned because they haven't done what's required. They might have said it but there's a formal procedure to go through, which must be something in writing to the mayor, okay, where the mayor would...
Absolutely. I've just started
She has
clarification.
emailed the office, hasn't she, and clarified that she hasn't, she didn't resign.
She hasn't yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
She would be here, but she's on an appointment somewhere else. Declarations of interest. So members declare any interests which are not currently entered in the members' register of interest, and or if he/she has not notified the monitoring officer of it. 2, to receive written requests for dispensation for disclosable pecuniary interests, and 3, to grant any request for dispensation as appropriate. Anybody?
That's right, yeah.
No. Public question time. So here. Does anybody have any? There's not. No. Shaking of heads.
Mine is another thank you, actually. I was just saying to
Sorry,
Gordon,
slight point of order. What you need to do is have a resolution to suspend the meeting to have a public session.
Okay, we need to suspend the meeting. Right.
This is a vote of the councillors, okay, because it's not part of the meeting, yeah?
All right.
Yeah.
It's not because it's on our agenda.
Oh no, but what you do, you suspend your standing orders,
Okay.
yeah, to allow the person to speak, and then you resume them afterwards. It's just very technical thing to do.
So
Yeah.
do I need to
Do you understand that?
Happy with that? Yeah.
Okay, so you're suspending standing orders for a member of the public to speak,
Yeah.
yeah, because they're not bound by the rules then.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yes.
you may speak.
okay, so I just wanted to say I went to the town musical arts thing on Saturday and really enjoyed it, but what really struck me, and one of my friends unprompted also said to me that she was really struck by the way, I was struck by how many of you just voluntarily do it, but she was struck by how you all work together, all different bodies working together so well, so well done.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, special thanks to Martin. He's the mighty Nevis of our music festival. We just do what Martin tells us. Exactly.
Yeah, thank you. Nice to hear that. Appreciate it. So we move on to item 5, which
So
is
start-
oh no, sorry, we've got to sorry, Linda's on it. We've got to
Resolve to reinstate standing orders.
reinstate standing orders. Does everyone agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Right, so that's good. Yes, go ahead.
I'd like to move a motion without notice to move the mayor's announcements to the next item. Because I think because I'd like to hear the mayor's announcements next, so I can, from the standing orders, I can propose that, and if then someone seconds it, we can then hear from the mayor next.
Okay, so I'm not overly familiar with standing orders. I guess they're pretty standard. So one of the other things.
They are the knock ones.
Okay, so one of the things you can do in standing orders is to move an agenda item within a meeting.
That's exactly it.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
So
propose that.
Gordon's proposing it.
So I don't see the point. We moved them for a reason to the end of the meeting. I don't see the point in bringing them back to...
Well, it's
Well, I do, but I just said.
Is there a second?
Second.
Can I ask about the clerk's report as well, because it just seems to me an anomaly, and it's very difficult to handle a meeting where we don't have a start, middle and the end, because everything that's kind of feels to me like an introduction, i.e. the reports from specifically, importantly, the clerk and the mayor, is then at the end, because it's good to bring everyone kind of updated to see it, and then go through business, and then you close the next meeting, logical things that come at the end. That's just my feeling about it. So is it clerk's, can we move clerk's report and mayor's report?
Do you understand why they were moved in the first place?
I support both of them moving
The reason-
together, to be honest.
The reason they were moved in the first place is because we were getting to the end of the meeting, running out of time, and we were trying to make very important decisions. And we decided that it was better to have things at the end of the meeting that didn't require that aspect of important decision making, and to make sure we get the business of council done correctly in the right time.
While I support Sean's very impassioned reasoning as to why we put that at the end there, I think with the chairing that we've learned from, because Gordon will attest himself that there's ways that you can advise and help Martin to chair things, to keep timescales on track, to make decisions of importance throughout the meeting with great productivity and efficiency.
Clerk and mayor could be succinct and to the point with their comments, which they are there for now and have been. And also I noted that feedback from attending outside bodies wasn't on the...
No, because we took them off because
We're not.
you haven't met any since June.
Yeah.
Community trust is that big.
Yeah, so some of them might have met.
Well,
But
you haven't,
then-
well, nobody let me know you met.
Well, okay.
Okay, so
We can vote on this one.
you can vote on it. So, standing orders will say a member puts a proposal, okay? You can only put a proposal if it's on the agenda ahead of the time, apart from a number. There's about 10 or 11 to move to the next business, to ask the council not to be heard, to move an agenda item forward. Yeah? Okay? So that sometimes that's to hear a grant funding, you might move it forward so that members of the public can hear it and then have to hear it. Okay? So you propose a motion, yeah? It needs to be seconded, and if it's seconded, you can then talk about it, give your views, and then you should vote. So you should make it be quite a clear proposal. So the proposal was
Well, to move actually items, the mayor's announcements and the clerk's, this amendment, but let's just go with it, the mayor's announcements and the clerk's announcements to item 4.5. It would be to move them to before the confirming the previous
I'd second that on
minutes.
the basis of my reasoning.
okay. So now you've got a motion that is proposed and seconded. The chat you had a minute ago should now take place. Okay, but you had it. And then, once everybody had a say, for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or 6 animals?
3.
3, okay, 1 say only. Then you vote on it, so it's quite simple. It's been, sorry, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, a motion to move those announcements, as I said. All in favour?
Yeah. So
Is there a vote?
Yeah.
Is there any reason, because in the spirit of having
Yeah.
that conversation, is there anyone, like I don't feel like I need to say anything else because it was done out of order, but do we need to have anything else said by anyone else before we
Well,
have a vote?
I mean,
Can I interrupt? It is also an internal audit report and recommendation to have your reports at the end of the meeting, so all the business is done at the beginning.
what I would say is there's some views. Does everybody feel that they are shared their view and indicated how they might want to vote?
I raise a vote.
Yeah.
We haven't voted.
No, we haven't voted.
No, we haven't
No, we haven't
voted.
voted.
We haven't
We haven't
voted.
voted,
No,
no, we just
we've just
heard
voted.
the
So
reasoning.
right, okay.
Yeah.
You said
Thank you, Lee. So we'll move to a vote. Right, those in favour of moving those 2 agenda items forward into the further forward into the agenda. 3, 4. And those
Oh,
against?
oh,
No,
okay.
4. Sorry, those are 4.
So I'm
So 4, yeah.
so I think
4 moving it forward. So
Three.
Well, hang on, 3.
3 people are for the motion.
oh yes, okay, so
And then those against. And then against the motion, 4 against the motion.
So motion not carried.
Motion not carried.
You get on the business now.
Sorry. If I'm a bit, I've just picked up to that. I just want to be quite sure about the rules now operate.
Yeah, no, that's good. So we move on to agenda item
well,
5, confirm the previous minutes. There were a couple of things that I think people have probably picked up on the Charlotte
Yes, I do
Lewis is now
apologise.
Charlotte Lucas, if she was ever Charlotte Lewis. And the second one was that
Removal of Cheryl.
removing, Cheryl Scott.
Is it
from-
Cheryl or Cheryl?
What? I think it's
Cheryl, Cheryl.
Right, I've got a Cheryl.
Yeah. But yeah, so remove Cheryl from the personnel committee.
Yeah.
Is that right? Anybody get
So
another?
they've been crossed off
Yeah.
the original, and then they'll get amended, so the copies on the website will have it removed, but this is these are the original.
Yeah. Now, would you read through the minutes, or would we accept them as read if people have?
No, I would set them as read. Unless there's any
Yes.
particular obvious thing.
Yeah. No, good. Thank you. So
So
they're accepted.
Lee's going to do this, and I pass you paperwork because I'm
Yeah.
getting paperwork.
So I signed these names.
Are you accepting both, or
We've got both that follow on from each other on the two meetings we held. So yeah.
pass them back to me? I can put them in my
So if
file.
I sign them, date them here.
Every page, yes,
Every page.
please.
It's the third.
So was it proposed and seconded?
Yeah.
A second? Sorry, all in favour?
Thank you, Andy.
It's important to actually do that, because the minutes are quite important.
That's all right. Then we'll just have to be
There's
patient.
a lot of signing today.
There was 2 meetings as well.
Yes. Back to me because I have to
Right, that's all that.
sign.
Okay, then move on to item 6, co-option of town councillor. We've all had the letter, application from Wendy Gregory, who's with us today, which we're very grateful for, and I think her experience and being employment in the town and living in the town, resident of the town, and a family background, all the things in the letter, I think are commended for the position. I understand that she would like to speak. Are we allowed to, do I suspend?
You should technically suspend standing orders to allow to speak.
Right, so we vote to suspend standing orders to allow Wendy to
Yeah.
speak. Oh, yeah. Wendy, it helps you. Would you like to say something?
Well, the few words that I'd said was before the vote. As I said in my letter, I believe that I have a duty to stand now, and rather than sit here and not be able to take an active part. I am very interested and very keen on local affairs. I hope that my age is not seen as a drawback. I feel I just feel that now I can probably offer a little more than I could have done many years ago. Life experiences, I'd like to bring those to the table. I think being part of this community and being part of the council is possibly in my DNA. As I say, I'm definitely third generation of Nortonian. My grandfather actually worked for Northern Radstock Urban District Council as a hedger and a ditcher, which is not a job that's done these days. And my father was very proud to actually sit on this council as well. He felt he had a public duty because he had come from a very different background. He felt, like I do, that I can possibly bring a little more. What I would also like to say, and it's my sincerest desire, that if I am invited to join, I really want to be part of a cohesive team with harmony, courtesy and civility. It's extremely important to me from the background I've had. I have to say I've been extremely concerned, anxious, disheartened with the discord of this council in recent months. And in fact, it's not recent months. Thinking about it, it actually goes back towards 2 years. To me, the loss of our very proactive town clerk was truly a devastating, torrid and harrowing period for everybody, the council and staff included, And it really is my sincerest desire that we can very soon get somebody of Katie's calibre and the enthusiasm that she brought to this council. And I hope the recruitment can move forward and I hope the community will be able to see that after this unfortunate distraction, and it has been a distraction from everything, that the public now witness that this unsettled period is now firmly in the past, that lessons have been learned from it, and they will recognise that we now have a newly energised, cohesive team who are working for the same, working tirelessly for the future of this town. That's what we're here for, and that's what I would like to be part of. So I hope I'm invited to join.
Thank you very much.
Proposal to reinstate standing orders.
Proposal to reinstate standing orders. Show of hands. Okay, good. Can we ask questions, or do we do to move on?
You can chat amongst yourselves. You can move straight to a vote.
Does anybody have anything to say? We can move straight to a proposal. Yes. So Linda proposes.
I'll second
And Deborah seconds. So we'll take a vote in favour.
Sure do.
It's unanimous.
Yes.
Thank you. Welcome to the
Thank you.
Town Council.
I appreciate it.
Join us now.
Come and join.
We'll do it.
I'll get you to sign in a minute.
Don't go with name
Oh,
badge.
look at it. It's our favourite.
When do you like to sit? Over here or over here?
I'll sit here at the end. I'll stay out of the way.
No, I think you're
Listen
good.
politely.
Welcome to the council. Thank you.
Very pleased to have you here. Thank you. Hello.
All right.
Third in there.
Oh, we really have baby boys.
Good.
Watch out.
Shall I move here so I
Good.
don't
Oh,
block
cute.
Yeah, we'll set you off with the council email, set you and then we'll also send you a declaration of registered.
Oh, yes, I
You
forgot.
need to fill out and make sure.
I can't see it. I do.
Yeah.
Should be back representations too.
Yeah.
So next item.
Yeah. Okay, so we're on to, thank you everyone. Item number 7, approval of the annual governance and accountability return 2023. First item is to approve and sign the bank reconciliation.
Sorry, that's good.
Oh yeah, 24. Bank reconciliations as at 31st of March 2024. You've all had it. I propose we accept the this item. All in, yeah. Seconder, Linda. And all in favour?
Is this just for the first item?
Yes.
Yes.
Each item individually, yes.
Do you want to sign stuff at the end or
Yes.
sign stuff as we go?
Put it to one side, I'll sign it all on massive, I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I've done that. Right,
So-
good. Second item is to note the internal audit report. That's just to note that one. And then the next item is to approve the annual governance report. This one, section 1, from the annual return. To approve that. So, unless there's any
I was
questions.
concerned, well, one of the items did it say to do with being sole trustee and having done the necessary job of being sole trustee. And one of the trusts that the council is a sole trustee of is the West Clues Recreational Trust, which is late with its return by about 200 days. And I wondered if that's something we should flag.
Could I interject there? Sorry. What I would say is that so your internal auditor, has said that it's been okay.
Yeah.
What I would say is with the charity trust website, the registration changed last year, And a lot of things, I mean, I've been with the charity before, and I submitted accounts back in, I don't know, August of last year, that still aren't on. So there was a glitch last year with some of them, so a lot of them are showing that. I don't know if that's in this case, but what I would say is, your internal auditor said it's okay. Yeah, and all you're required to do is take reasonable action, and asking the internal auditor to check that for you, I would suggest would allow you to say yes to that. Does that make sense? Yeah. Even if it's wrong. Does that make sense?
We're acting on the advice of
But in slow time, I'll go back and follow up about that.
Yeah. So I propose we accept this and statement. Seconded. All those in favour? Yeah.
There will be more signing.
Right. Third one, to approve the accounting statement 2023-24 for the annual return. Everyone okay?
Can I ask a question? I mean, I don't know if it applies to this or note 12 really, but the AGAR reflects the budget 23-24. So where in there does it account for the £80,000 of unaccounted expenditure from that?
That would have been in last year's.
Right. So that won't be reflected in this. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's all the AGAR, the figures in the AGAR, are figures from the accounts.
So I know what an AGAR is.
Oh, sorry, sorry.
Yeah, okay, so...
okay, right.
So everyone's happy with that now, yeah, so I propose that we approve and accept these figures.
Yeah.
Seconded. Linda again has got a hand up. And then all those in favour? So that is everybody again. Okay, next one. To note the notice of public rights and publication of unaudited governance and accountability return, the dates will run from Tuesday 11th of June to Monday the 22nd of July. That's just to note that.
That's to note that and go out.
So that's noted.
That is the only time, obviously, you see all the payments list, but that is the only certain time a member of the public can actually physically look at the invoices. They have to make an appointment and they can look at the accounts.
Thank you.
Can I ask a question? That member of the public can then ask what the justification for the payment is. Is that true?
No.
For the accounts, you can just check the invoice.
So the justification, if the council says we'll pay it, we'll pay it. All they can do is check that the invoices was a legitimate
It's a
invoice.
simple transaction.
It's not the why, it's a, from a council point of view, can you show me? Yeah. So we spent £15,000 on left-handed screwdrivers, we bought 15 at £1,000, is there an invoice that says £15,000? Yeah. They might deduce some bits and pieces, but it's not an examination, the question, the scrutiny of why. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so moving on to item 8, the election of councillors to form the management committee for the Recreation Trust. Proposal is to elect 4 councillors to form the management committee of the Recreation Trust for the coming year.
Okay, sorry. Unless I missed something, I don't even know what it is.
Right.
The Recreational Trust is the trust that looks after West Clewes.
Oh, okay.
So West Clewes, although half of it is the football ground, half of it is the recreational trust, but the mugger, the play area and the play equipment that is on the recreational trust land is actually managed by the town council.
Did we have a committee last year then?
You haven't had done this hasn't been done for 2 or 3 years.
So does that come under the town trust?
Sorry?
Doesn't that come under the town trust then?
No, West Clewes is the recreational trust.
Right, okay. But it's not managed by the town trust?
No.
That's a separate
So
organisation.
it should have been on your annual council, we just realised it wasn't. So.
Do you know what the commitment is?
Not a lot. There's not much money in the bank, but because it is a charity, you still need to follow charity rules. You still need a management committee.
Why is the number 4?
Because that was what was on the town trust, so I just chose a number. I don't know charity rules, to be honest. But 4 is a number. I wouldn't have 3.
Okay, good. Thank you. Gordon?
I would suggest people should indicate if they want to do it at the moment, but what should really happen, because we're the sole trustee, is we should make an alteration to the deeds, which will say to appoint a management company appointed of certain people, and that would involve us as a council meeting as the trustee of West Clewes to to make that decision, because if you look at the town trust deeds, they say quite specifically the town council will appoint a management structure of 4 people, and that's what allows us to do it. So it seems a little bit procedural, but I think that's probably the correct thing to do. But it's fine.
I think if I remember correctly, we have done this within council meetings in the past.
For West Blues.
Yeah.
I don't remember having a management committee set for West Blues previously, and I didn't read anything about it in the deeds either. So
I'm sure Councillor Plum, Steve Plum was.
Steve was, yes, and I think Michael Evans.
Yeah. But I think we discussed it at the meetings at that point.
Yeah.
Wendy, would you like to say something?
Yeah, I'd like to go back over West Clues because it's really quite a mystery to me. So
Yeah.
Kate could just repeat. Did you say that a certain part of it comes under the jurisdiction of the town council and some under the football club, or is the whole area?
It's very, even I don't completely understand.
Oh, right.
So West Clues is the other side of Welton Rovers.
Yeah.
Do you know what Welton Rovers is?
Oh yes, yeah.
So-
I'm very familiar with
Yeah,
it. I used to play there as a
yeah,
child.
So I think I've got the right area. I think I've got the right area. So the other side, so the town council is responsible for bits of Welton Rovers and the car park. Bits of Welton Rovers land is responsible by the football ground. And there are maps that shows you. So where the mugger, the play equipment is, and the green space at the other side of the football ground, that is the recreational trust. But
Under the jurisdiction of this council.
which is sole trustee, yes, but because you have council laws and then you have charity laws, so it's complete. It can't be discussed at the council. But to make matters even more confusing, the mugger and the play equipment is on the council's asset list, insured by the council, and is maintained by the council.
Right.
So it makes it's a very confusing.
I think the only thing that might provide clarity, or hopefully not more confusion, is that I think the football club lease the land
So
off of the
yeah,
trust.
so then it makes it even more confusing because the football ground leased the land off the recreational trust. They pay the rent to the recreational trust, and then the recreational pay the rent to the town council.
Confusing.
Yeah, and we're confused.
So it might be worth us with new councillors on here and speak raising some information about that being
Look at
sent
the
out.
deeds.
And then, as Gordon said, to look at the deeds and the function of that. But at the moment, I think that we need to appoint or elect 4 councillors. So we've got 4 people who would
I'd
like
be happy
to.
to do it, yeah.
So
There's
Lynn-
lots of events there.
Charlotte, Linda,
I'll put myself forward.
Martin.
Come on, people.
I will do it.
Tim will do it because he's the sports.
It's not very onerous of it, Christian. Do you want one more?
We do. It's
I know one thing.
sharp, isn't it?
The function is similar to the other ones. Essentially, we discuss things that might need doing, so such as report, and then
Yes.
bring them forward to council so they can have a decision.
I think you just have 1 or 2 meetings a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
So that's the proposal, those 4 people. We got a proposal? Or shall I propose it? I'll propose it. We've got seconded. Gordon's seconded it. All those in favour of those 4 people representing the town. Thank you.
I will also look at the deeds and see what the deeds say.
Can I just make some comments there? So I've just arrived today, and I've been looking at the trusts, okay, and it does see some work done to document the roles and responsibilities of the different groups, because you have 2 charities which the council is actually sole trustee for. Okay, and your point about what the deeds say, okay, is important. That those management committees need some really quite firm terms of reference, because the problem we have with councils being sole trustees is they look like, they feel like, and they sound like town council business when they're full of councillors. Okay, but in that, when you're doing that, you're not a councillor. You're doing it as a trustee.
I was going to mention the point that it's potentially wise to, with this one,
Yeah.
because there is a leaseholder, well, not this one, but leaseholder, someone leasing part of the land, and maybe they ought to be someone on the management committee also.
But what are the terms of reference that management committee?
That's what we need to know.
No, okay. So I suppose my point is, the mayor's got like, we need a group of people, but I need to give you the tools, yeah, that can help you service those.
It'd be great to have more
ends
information
of-
on it.
Yeah, okay, so there's going to be more that follow. Whether I do that tomorrow or in 2 months, I have no idea, but
It's fine.
there's some work to do so everybody's clear about their roles and responsibilities, which hat they've got on, and whose rules they're following, because there'll be different rules. So the charity stuff should never come back into the council meeting because it's a different set of rules. Yeah, the charity management committee should report that there have been no decisions made at a council meeting. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Great, thank you. So item agenda item number 9, categories for the Civic Awards in December. So we've got a list of last year's 9 categories and then some proposals for this year.
They look good.
Linda, Gordon?
First thing is, I love the idea of Mayor's Award. Now, does that just go to all past and previous mayors? Because I've got a high chance of getting
That's
that.
the wrong idea.
And the only other thing I wanted to say was, of the list that was proposed, I think it's quite good to keep sports achievement in. Middlesbrough Norton has incredibly strong sports teams and individuals, so I think that's a really important category to keep. That's fine.
Sorry to interrupt.
Go on.
And we need to get the ball rolling. I know we're 6 months out. We sort of need to get the ball rolling on this because so you agree your categories, it will then go out members of the public to elect or whatever, and then in September, October, it will be brought back under a closed session for you to decide who gets what awards, and then we can start promoting it. I have taken the liberty of tentatively booking Sunday the 1st of December because we need to get dates in the diary. So I have booked, we can change it if we say Sunday the 1st of December.
When will that be?
Same format as last year, to Sunday at the Solar Centre. Well, I've booked at the Solar Centre because we don't know if the town hall's going to be ready, so it will be at the town hall if the town hall is ready.
Yeah.
You're going to tell us later.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I had to get some dates in the diary.
Just because it's on the subject at the moment, we did plan previously of combining the annual meeting of the town with the civic awards. And we didn't for various reasons, because I think we were short-staffed at the time, and we separated them. But that was the plan for it, and I did think when they diverged, we'd end up not putting them together, but do councillors still consider it an idea to combine those 2 events? Because obviously, well, the annual meeting of the town,
right,
which we obviously had at the Holland Rovers recently, if you combine that with the civic awards, obviously it's one fewer event, and obviously it gets a lot more members of the public to go to the annual meeting of the town. That was the idea behind it. So they might still want to consider that at this stage.
The only thing I want to think about that, and I've been to one now, is that the length of that one, while if you could have more people there, is there not another way we can get more people there, essentially, rather than kind of combining 2 events? Because otherwise it might just become really long-winded. Because
yeah,
that was
and also
quite,
there's
the
2
meeting
different
itself,
things going on there, isn't there, really?
it feels, yeah, and I haven't experienced this one yet because of the timing of it last time, but it'd be good to combine things for celebrationary respect, but whether or not we're ready to do that yet.
Okay, anybody got any other points about the categories?
Yeah, sports. Can I just hear the motivation behind removing the sports and the logic behind it?
Pardon?
The logic behind removing the sports, sporting achievement from that.
That was me, probably, I don't know. I looked at Shepton, I looked at Frome, I looked at Keynsham, I looked at just see had a look what the local groups around did.
Okay.
And none of them did a sports one.
Can I ask you the last recipient was of the Sporting Achievement Award?
It was
Hugh Jeffries, third in the country, got high scorer in rugby union, which is quite something to celebrate, and I would be against removing any Sport Achievement Award off that, even as a differentiating factor to other local councils, because we have very proud and really worthwhile sporting clubs around.
So, do we agree with put sports?
Yeah, sports.
It's not around, so we have sports too, but very.
Well, of all the groups, you've got to have some sensible nominations. I mean, not all these groups will survive if we don't get nominations anyway, so there's going to have to be a review.
Yes.
It may or may not stay in there, depending on who comes forward.
No, definitely, good. Any others from the top list, or any other suggestions? Or
Should I just ask a
Wendy,
question?
yes.
This lifetime achievement, is that something just within the town or something that they've achieved in their business life?
to do with the town, really, isn't it?
Yeah, is it contribution to
I
the
think
town or work within the town?
Rotary got it last, but had it in the
She's
past.
had it before,
Because the
yeah.
next one goes on to say contribution to civic life. Well, if it's to do with the town, that sort of sounds almost the same thing.
Just to
And that's,
We're on working on the second
Oh,
list down there, so there would be.
an explanation on that.
Yeah.
Which is announced.
Oh, right, okay, thank you.
That's what I was saying on the sport one's not.
Right, okay,
Yeah,
thank
so
you.
the community, yeah, something that's benefited the community So it's kind of vague enough to allow for various, applications as well as people to submit various things.
Yeah,
so I think we seem happy with this. Do we do it? Yeah.
Yeah,
so
because
take
the others have been
like
re-engineered and stuff to have a new look on them and such.
Yeah, that's good.
So 9 categories.
Yes.
So I don't like odd numbers, but I
9's a good number, isn't it? 9's a
feel comfortable, isn't it?
9 categories.
Leave room for us.
Anyway, so can somebody propose these? Do we need to propose these? Is it for decision? So someone like to propose these? Linda's proposing. Gordon's seconding. All in favour of these? Yeah, thank you very much. We've passed that one.
Yeah.
So I think.
Sorry, for clarity, you're saying the second list plus sports?
Yes.
Yeah. Can I have that list back? Is that my list? So I think what will happen now, in a few weeks, Joe and I will put it out on social media, newspaper, Herald and publicity. We'll have a deadline. People will need to nominate with a reason why, and then it will be brought back. I would say probably September, October, and then you decide who gets this. I think that's
how we route it. Is there an application form?
Yeah.
With criteria in it?
Yes.
Yeah, it says resident of or somebody works here. They must be from 5 miles away. And my question is, somebody who plays football for your football team?
No, it's mine.
No, your for
example.
Sorry, okay. Are we talking about residents, or does it qualify in the application?
I don't know, because Joe, I came in about a month before last year, but there is an application.
Okay,
Okay, good. Right, moving on to item number 10. Yes, it's the Christmas tree. Propose to reappoint.
It's very early Christmas.
No, that's not really think about it. Propose to reappoint £5 for December 24 to install and decorate a Christmas tree located in the Hollies Garden at a cost of £3,500 plus VAT. Due to access problems, £5 the owning company have dealt with the practicalities of installing the Christmas tree in the Hollies. But I think you sent out some alternate quotes, didn't you?
I didn't.
Or was that last year?
That was last year.
But last year, the company did it last year.
This will be their third year.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I happened to mention it where we bought our Christmas tree, which is the one the Shepton Mallet Freem Road, 0371 is it? On the left, I think it's called Jack's Trees or something. Right. I don't know if you've been there. And I said, we've just, town council, we've just paid so-and-so about this much. And they went, what? We do the Shepton one for like £500 and all the installation. Yeah. So I'm not saying, I don't know whether it's tricky to install like you just said, and therefore, but I just was like, we could be making a saving.
Baines would like, obviously not going to happen this year, Baines would like it on the island. On their plans, they have a Christmas tree location on the island. It's obviously not going to happen this year.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying they said they could
beat
that
easily. It's the same cost as last year.
It's the same cost as last
year. So they
year.
haven't. Well, other things hasn't been on. Anybody else want to make any? No.
Right. Question: are we allowed to ask for sponsorship of the tree? Other councils do.
We have had
it's not on our own lands. There's an issue that, like for instance, other town councils will have a nice little sponsored by sign by the tree, which cuts down.
Well, we did get sponsorship the year before last, was it?
I think we did.
Yeah, with that housing, not last year, the year before.
Yeah, people up South Street.
Off the back of this, could we potentially promote the idea that businesses would bid to sponsor it, highest bidder wins, to sponsor the tree, to gain some kind of sponsorship for it? Or do you just kind of go out and say it's £3,500 that people want to pay for it? Just like a fun thing.
Okay, what I would say is don't make a decision now because it's not on the agenda to work out bits and pieces. I get what you're thinking. Let's think about what options are on. Okay, what I would say is that where I normally works, if you haven't got Christmas sorted by beginning of June, it's too late. No, you think, but okay, it's about, so you get some places where you have the Rotary Club do it, they sponsor people and they put a list of names on it and there's ways of raising money that way. Some people actually ask local businesses to buy the tree. There's various options.
So up front, to sort that in respect to that, we can approve or potentially vote to say this one goes ahead, but as a motion to the next meeting, perhaps we bring forward that we do have something where we look for a sponsor to get businesses involved with us.
Was that a next agenda item?
Yeah, so there's a means to do that. I'm looking for suggestions really. Because
what I would suggest is, so if you want an agenda item, you write to me, and ask for an agenda item. Okay. Yeah? I can formulate agenda items for discussion with you. I can't spend all day doing 40 agenda items, okay? But I've got it from this meeting. Do you want some way to recompense, to get some money back? You let me think about it. I'll send a little note and say, had a little book, thought about it. What do you feel? Yeah?
Yep.
Okay? Because you might say, actually, I really don't want Anne Summers to be, sorry Anne Summers, to be sponsoring it, yeah? Or the English Defence League, or whatever, okay? So leave it with me to...
Some interesting decorations on the tree.
Sounds good.
Sean, did you want to make a point before we go to the vote?
No, I'm quite happy. We budgeted for it.
Yes.
The company provided last time did a fantastic job. There's no reason why we shouldn't propose.
That's really good.
Absolutely get on with it.
Wendy, do you want to say something?
Yes, I do. In this day of sustainability and planting trees, if Baines are considering having something in the island, not necessarily a conifer, could we not have a tree that could be decorated? It doesn't have to be a Christmas tree. Plant something for the future. £3.5 grand just to be put on the tip. Awful lot of money. Not that I'm against a Christmas tree, I think they look fabulous. But it's an awful lot of money and we could have something more sustainable.
Yeah. No, thank you for that.
So what else are there? It's too late this year to be able to
yes.
But I think, January meeting, what do you want for next year? Let's sort by April.
Right. So we've got a proposal to accept the Fine Pines bid. Someone to propose it. Gordon's proposing, someone to second that, Linda's seconding. All in favour of Fine Pines providing the tree? Item number 10 is passed. Item number 11, I'll keep succinct and to the point. Actually, my first time wearing the jewels was at the is the Midsummer Music Festival, which I opened, as well as doing all good things. So I went on stage with my jewels and spent half the time, I think, in my jewels, wandering around, letting people know who I was. A very positive experience. I'd just like to say that I've done one post where I visited a business so far, Sunday morning, Jacaranda's breakfast bagel. And I said on the post, I'm not aiming to replicate Gordon's fantastic work he's done, visiting nearly every business in the town and drawing attention to them, but I'll do what I can to highlight the good work that's going on around the businesses and the shops and things. Which is the next thing I know, which is as part of doing the arts trail for the Music and Arts Festival, I visited, I have it on the list, it's about 60 shops have got artwork in their windows. Nearly all of them I visited. I had some help from Steve Plumley, ex-councillor Steve Plumley and Lynn Plumley. And it's a real pleasure to go in to do this, to go in and chat to businesses and to get their support. They're all very positive, although we're all very positive about doing, and getting together and supporting events, things like that. I just want to highlight that a lot of them are struggling, as we've spoken about before. They're really struggling, with rising costs, and the two main issues at the moment are, but the immediate issues, the roadworks. A lot of the businesses have been in and said that the last 2 weeks have been the worst 2 weeks that they've ever had, because of the traffic there's less traffic going through, less people are coming in because of that. So hopefully, that will, be sorted as soon as possible. Although, like I said, the Dog Lover on the island there and the other shops are very supportive and looking forward to it all being, renovated and done. And the second thing is, I think we've mentioned as well before, is parking charges. Is every shop, I think, has got no parking charges signs on their window and got petitions. So everybody's behind the businesses in helping them with that issue. I've just laid out, I've got becoming a busy June and into July, sort of representing the town at various events. So I'm sort of negotiating my calendar at the moment as to which events I can make.
Sorry, I can interrupt.
Yeah.
Could I have a 2-week window or 3-week window, please? Because we need to get the change.
Right, great, yes, thank you. Sorry, I've got it. And finally, I think it's on the Clark's agenda, but I just wanted to mention the passing of Mike Moxon and the contribution he made to this town and to the council.
That's amazing.
Really valuable member of the community and valuable member of the town council, and it'll be soilist by a lot of people. He was very visible around town, wasn't he? And worked hard to represent, many people in the town. So he gave a lot of effort to the town. We really appreciate his work, and it's very sad that he's passed. We are waiting to hear about memorial and things.
Joe mentioned this afternoon there is a date, and then we've obviously been quite busy today. There is a date. I will chase her out tomorrow.
Okay, so that's me done. So item number 12, item number 12, to note reports from the following committees. Oh, here we go, right. I thought it was you. So item number 12, to receive an update from the chairs of the following committees. The Finance and Ops Committee some of us met, but it wasn't quorum, so there's the following items require approving. Approval and signature of the bank reconciliation as of 30th of April 2024. So is this just for me to sign, or do I need to vote on it? So
We need to approve.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so can I propose that we approve the bank reconciliation for April?
Yeah.
And somebody second? Gordon seconding. We vote on approving bank reconciliation, thank you. Second one, to approve the monthly payments for April. Anybody, any issues with that? No? Gordon's proposing. Anybody seconding? Tim seconding. All in favour of approving monthly payments? And then just to note the budget review for the financial year 23-24. Gordon, your hands up.
And I know just to note it, but I am still quite intrigued by the fact that every single time I read the budget review, it seems to indicate that there was an underspend of £170,000, which just seems so colossal. I had no idea that the council had underspent by that much over the period. So I must either be reading figures wrong, which is probable, or I'm missing some other thing, because to me that just seems like something that we should be aware of throughout the year, which may have influenced decisions, allowed the council to do other things, or even affected future budgets. So is it the case that the council spent £170,000 less than it budgeted for?
No, because I took out all the town costs. Because you spent 900,000.
If I say exactly what I said before, but say the town hall is a separate budget centre, based on the budget that we agreed, £512,000 income, is it true, taking the town hall to one side, we spent £170,000 less than we budgeted for? Okay, so why am I misunderstanding the figures?
Why is that? 383.
So we went through all of this when we were doing the budget. We discussed this, and in fact it goes back, right the way back to the previous council when Paul Russell claimed that there was an underspend of £130,000.
Well,
we've been round the houses on this one so many times, have gone through the numbers.
well, the numbers seem pretty clear to me because they're in the agenda, and it says that we have £550,000 income, we spent £385,000, and the difference is about £170,000. That's what I'm struggling to understand. It looks like we spent £170,000 less than we budgeted for.
What I will do then, obviously, you're unsure about these figures. What I will do is I will putting some figures together, and I will include all costs.
No, but I don't want all costs because the town hall's a separate project.
No, yeah,
I'm talking about the budgeted items.
No, but some of the town hall costs, you've had funding for. So the town hall costs, you've had some funding from Baines, you've had some funding from your public works loan, some funding the town council had to pay for.
Why would that be when there's a public works loan for it?
Because the phase 2 works is not covered by your funding or your public works loan. The phase 2 works the town council will pay.
So some phase 2 work has come out of the general reserve, I guess. Right, but that's not explained in this
But
budget.
it would be added on line 492.
No, so what I will do is I will relook at the figures and I will send you figures on everything.
Okay.
Because you have
yeah, it does add.
That I would really appreciate it, because I said if it is this position that the public comes to me and says, look, you're asking for this amount of precept this year, last year you over budgeted by £170,000, you might well ask, say, are you sort of squirreling money away, which is not.
Well, if you look at the AGAR, which you've just approved, it will show that you've spent You spent 900,000.
If I looked at that, was actually the town hall, which came out of that heavy budget.
I think the simple thing is, what I would say is, there's a spreadsheet there, isn't there? Okay, which seems to give you a general overview. Yeah, I will look at the Realtus. I know that the accounts system pretty well. Okay, it will give you a budget report. Okay, which will give you all the detail. But my view is, the Deputy Clerk, I don't know if I was trying to give you a slightly abridged view, just on 2 sides of paper, not 16 pages. Okay, and then extracting some of that relevant stuff out is probably not pointing in the direction of some obvious bits and pieces. So the accounts balance, I've looked at them. Okay, I won't be signing this today, I've looked at them. Okay, but if I'll speak to the Deputy Clerk tomorrow. If we extract the report from the Realtus accounts package, you'll see why she's probably trying to abbreviate it into a spreadsheet of 2 pages long to give you a feel. But it's explaining of some of the borrowers from the earmark reserves and out of the general reserve and out of the budget accounts. Okay, when you see that document, you'll appreciate why she's.
Thank you very much. It's just important for me to understand
But-
That's why we've already been through it several times during the budget process.
Yeah.
We've had explanations, we've been through the numbers.
I think it's just been presented with a piece of paper that's got income and expenditure that are different.
Okay. You really think that's £175 somewhere that we
well,
I mean,
the
the point is, we don't need to sort of lay criticism on
Don't tell me
it.
what the point is, I'm just trying to explain that we've been through this process several times and this question's been asked numerous times before.
Thank you, I know, but Gordon's made his point and the clerk here has said he'll follow that up, so we'll do that. So that's item number 12, we've made decisions where we need to. Item number 13 is the clerk's report. Over to you, Kate. Oh, no, over to the lead.
Okay, so I didn't write this because I want the clerk in the room. So,
Do you want me to read it out?
well, I think all the members here can all read.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
Just a note, the public spaces protection consultation has actually been delayed, and now until June, July, they've delayed it. I'm not quite sure when it is, they've delayed it till after the election.
That would be why,
Yeah.
potentially.
I can't remember what the date of the election is, but they delayed it so that won't now happen. Obviously it hasn't gone live, but we delayed afterwards. The West Local, I did, Tim was the only one who responded, and no, I think Gordon went anyway. I did email West Local, and the answer that came back was, you can still submit the application, the expression of interest if you wish. They would look at it. If there's funding available in September, they will do a second tranche, but again, they won't know until they get the applications in. So if you wish to do an expression of interest, you can still do it.
So I think Tim's email made a good point. There was a lot of information, a lot of things to discuss there, wasn't there? We have got a very short time scale, so we couldn't really manage that at the time.
But as a result of that, we should have a follow-up action, shouldn't we, as to say whether or not we want to project that for next year or not. As in,
I don't know.
or do we just see what comes out? 'Cause
I don't know if there's more funding next year.
Let's wait and see
All
that.
I know is there's funding available at the moment. The deadline has passed. They've got their applications in.
Okay.
If there's funding left, they will do a second chance.
Mhm.
If there's not, I don't know because I don't know what's.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Is that everything? Yeah. Item 14, date of the next meeting, 1st of July.
Can I put a request in, please, for the 1st of July for an agenda item? In July, you, as according to your grants policy, you are now doing your grant applications in July and January. As you don't have very many councillors, it should go to your finance meeting mid-July. Can we bring it to full council instead? Because the deadline for the grant applications is a week today, so I will have them in. But can I bring it to the full council in July? Because if you then don't meet quorum in July, you can't then discuss it till September.
Makes sense.
I don't see why not. Do we need to vote on that or?
Personally, I don't feel that these grant things actually quite well dealt with that full council end, perhaps in July 3.
So twice a year as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so So I'll bring it to you.
Okay, that's good.
What do we do about that? Sorry, the next meeting is the day I'm at Glastonbury then personally, so like we just...
Oh, I'm just... so that's 2.
Yeah, I'm down as well. But
You're
I
right.
just wanted to put that out there in case it's
I'll
very firm.
probably be back.
I'm not going to commit to it.
Is anybody else not going to go to 21st of July?
I'll make the first.
Yeah, I think the rest of us are
Just put it in my
don't
diary.
go to Glastonbury.
One, I don't vote,
So that's
discuss anyway.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
6,
7 with challenge.
7. Okay, that's right.
Yeah, okay. Good, so thank you very much everybody, that's the end of the meeting.
Thank you very much, Mark.
And